Let's talk about one of the most famous, most important numbers in all of mathematics. It's a number that shows up everywhere, but at the same time, it's still one of the biggest mysteries out there.
Just think about that for a second. Every single circle that has ever existed or will ever exist, from a tiny bubble to a giant galaxy, they all share one secret, unchanging number. So what is it? And why on earth is it so important?
All right, so the first clue to its importance is just how often you see circles. I mean, once you start looking for them, you realize our world is literally built out of them.
Seriously, the wheels on your car, the clock on the wall, the pizza you might be having for dinner, even the planet spinning around the sun, every single one of these things has a hidden mathematical connection at its core.
Okay, so it's time to finally pull back the curtain and give a name to this magic number that seems to run the show for every circle in the universe.
And there it is, pi. You know the Greek letter pi? All it is a ratio. You take any circle, you measure the distance all the way around it, that's the circumference, and then you divide it by the distance straight across the middle, the diameter. And here's the mind-blowing part. It doesn't matter if the circle is the size of a planet or the size of a penny. That ratio is always the same.
Now, for a quick calculation, we usually just say 3.14. But the real value of pi, well, it's endless. These digits here, they're just the very beginning. They literally go on forever and never ever repeat in a pattern. So how do we actually use it? Well, it's pretty simple. If you know how wide a circle is, its diameter, you just multiply that by pi to get the distance around it. Or if you only have the radius, that's from the center to the edge, you just double it, multiply by pi, and boom, you've got it. These two little formulas are the foundation for so much.
But knowing the distance around a circle, that's really just scratching the surface. Pi's true power, its real magic, is when you see where it pops up in the real world.
You know, on a daily level, pi answers some pretty basic questions. How much fabric do you need to cover a round table? How far does your car tire actually move in one full rotation? For both of those and so many more, pi is the key.
But it goes so much deeper than that. I mean, pi is absolutely critical in huge fields like architecture, engineering, physics, even statistics. We use it to model super complex things like the weather. It even helps us understand sound waves, like the vibrations from a guitar string. Yes, there's pi in music.
Think about the sheer scale of that for a moment. You have NASA engineers using pi to plot the exact path to send a rover to Mars. At the same time, you have architects using it to design these incredible, sweeping domes for stadiums. It's like the silent partner in some of our biggest and boldest projects.
And here's a fun little tidbit for you. You know how we shorten pi to 3.14? Well, that's why March 14th, 314, is called Pi Day. And in what has to be the best cosmic coincidence ever, that's also Albert Einstein's birthday. How cool is that?
Now, putting aside all the practical stuff for a second, pi is also just fascinating for what it is. As a number, it's so unique that it's been captivating mathematicians for thousands of years.
So here's the official term. Pi is an irrational number. And no, that doesn't mean it's unreasonable or makes bad decisions. It means something much weirder.
And this is where your brain might start to hurt a little. Unlike a simple fraction like 1/3, which just repeats 0.333 forever, pi's digits just keep going with no pattern at all. People have used supercomputers to find trillions of digits, and there's still no rhyme or reason. It's just an endless, unpredictable string of numbers. So, after all that, from rocket science to the edge of infinity, let's bring it all back home. Why does this ancient, endless, kind of weird number actually matter to you?
The truth is, you can't really escape it. If you're a student trying to get through geometry, you're using pi. If you're a designer creating a cool logo, a builder pouring a curved driveway, or, yeah, even just trying to get a fair slice of pizza, the logic of pi is right there with you.
I like to think of pi as this quiet hero. You know, it's not loud or flashy. It's just this fundamental constant working behind the scenes, laying down the rules for shapes, for motion, for energy, really for the structure of the cosmos itself.
And that's really the main thing to take away.
A circle isn't just some simple shape. It's actually this beautiful, elegant piece of evidence of a deep mathematical truth. Every circle you see is, and always will be, powered by pi.
And that kind of leaves us with one final big question. If pi is the secret code that defines circles, it has to make you wonder, right? What other magic numbers are out there quietly writing the rules for everything else in our universe? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.